He went this for them.
15 years?
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
I'm curious.
Oh, yeah.
Three messages forth with Mirsky today.
Okay.
2 House bills. We don't want to mention that to Tim. I haven't heard that, but like you said, peace was posted that the governor signed an order on that.
Yep.
On what?
Well,
For
the
housing.
Commonwealth, the affordable housing and then the zoning district, you're not gonna tell us where we can put affordable housing and where we can't.
There's 2 House bills, and it's kind of stupid because that's why we have zoning. Keep things separated, and they want to just tell you what to do. Sweet. Hello, folks.
Executive order. Never made it out of the committee.
I was everything out here, Senate bill.
So that expedite.
I checked in with Dean Pefasol too, because he told me that was blown up.
Yeah, I talked to Dean on it.
Dean Pepperoni.
Let's see what he
Worked with Tony Pepperoni, Rick Pepperoni.
Never
They're his cousins.
Or
Maybe?
Probably.
Yeah.
I bet you.
Because they were Braves.
Do I?
It doesn't tell us what to do.
Get checked.
Hey, Jim, I signed this check
Good.
at the bottom. Is
Sign that.
this for me to
Yeah.
sign? I just didn't want to do
Yes,
it
sir.
unless I was
Yes.
Scribble and scratch.
scratching instead.
How can we turn them down for that price?
No. That's what I thought was kind of
They're
strange.
saying I'm straight down on that door.
Yeah.
We didn't want 2 steel doors with 2 square windows.
No, I missed that the first time around, but I'm surprised they're that big of a gap. Was it like 6,000? Like 6 or 7?
7, I think, 7.
17, 18, and 11. Yeah, it was big. Well, that's,
But we know the other guys do better. So, give them a try, that's all you can do, what you can do.
that's why I asked you what you knew about their work.
Yep, there it is.
And, apparently, okay, John, for you, I'm sorry.
All right, we'll call this meeting to order, 4:30, and pledge the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you for coming. Approve the minutes from September 3rd, 2024 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approval of the August 2024 Treasurer's Report.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public comment on agenda items yet? Okay, we'll get back to that. No correspondence, no old business, new business. Motion to approve or deny opening investment funds with PA Local Government Investment Trust, PLGIT, Pliglet.
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Jim?
Check, are we investing or just checking?
Checking into getting involved in their investments, and that's Pennsylvania state for municipalities, so it's a pretty solid deal. It's not a high interest, high risk investment of any sort, and they pretty much match or do better than what the banks and private industry do. And Tim, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, they were created because local governments are limited in the types of investments that they can make, and so to make it easy for folks, the Pliget was created as an offshoot of the Commonwealth to only have approved municipal investments, to only have collateralized investments, so that when you make an investment that's over and above the FDIC insurance amount of $250,000, there's always collateral set aside so that if the bank were to fail or something was to occur, there's something tangible there that's backing your investment so you can get your money back.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to set minimum municipal obligation, MMO, for 2025 employee pension.
Make a motion to set the minimum municipal obligation at 1% for 2025 for the employee pension.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Land development, motion to approve or deny sidewalk bond release for Take 5 oil change, 7541 Peach Street, the amount of $21,240. You got that, Tammy?
Yes, I do. I
Thank
have
you.
some notes from Matt. On September 5th, 2024, the township performed a final inspection of the sidewalk for conformance with the requirements of the sidewalk ordinance. The sidewalk has been fully installed and no significant deficiencies were observed. With that, it is recommended the board release the security in the amount of $21,240.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny stormwater bond release for Get-Go, 6400 Peach Street, the amount of $11,093. Tammy?
The last inspection was performed on April 12th of 2016. At that time, there were no deficiencies that needed to be addressed, so the bond was retained at $11,093. Since then, the owner claimed that the system, which was designed to hold water for irrigation, was actually infiltrating and stored water, making the irrigation system unnecessary. The system was inspected in August by a third party as part of the routine stormwater facilities inspections and was deemed to be functioning properly as is. Based on this information, we recommend that the bond be released at this time.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Solicitor Tim.
Jack's just working on lease revisions with respect to the administration building and working with a couple of associates in my office to prepare some documents for Tammy that she's requested and is looking at drafts for. So we should hopefully have some actionable items for you in the next few months.
All right, thank you.
Tony, did you want to talk to Tim a little bit about the water authority lease property?
Probably, but Matt did straighten me out and Tammy got me going in the right direction as well. And I realize now what's going on. Do you have things, I mean, I think right now, Tammy and Matt Wolf had it figured out.
Okay.
And the only question might be is that setback line, and I don't know, do we?
I have general information with respect to the lease. I actually have a copy of the lease here as one of the documents I brought in case you wanted to talk about it, but I'm not fully up to speed as to what the issues are and how to advise you. I need to know a bit more of the facts. Maybe I'll grab you after the meeting, unless you need some action tonight.
We don't need any action.
We don't need any action.
That was, I think, Brian Hiles from the Water Authority at CT, John Zach from CT. We're both under the impression, and maybe because of me, you know, that we were gonna run that tonight, and I didn't realize, you know, we're not there yet. And I explained it, and they understood, and that's fine.
And I had a brief meeting with Ryan Hiles and went over a checklist of the requirements that we're looking for, at least on a preliminary, if that's how he wants to
And,
submit
and
it.
CTEs, they understand, I'm sure, so I'm not exactly sure. I think it was just a matter of, Matt says, let's do the zoning and the, what do you call it, first? Zoning and the,
Land development.
well, yeah, the plan development zone. Get that approval done before we sign the lease, so we don't sign a lease that's not usable, for lack of a better term. So we're okay, but yeah, we could talk on the side for a minute too. No, thank you, Mark. No,
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm good with that too, because I don't think that we should do anything that we don't expect the public to do.
Right,
Anything over and above would be ridiculous, you know?
yeah,
So, thank you.
thanks.
Engineer Jonas, he's not here. Tammy, you have
I don't
anything?
have anything else.
Okay. Supervisors, Mark.
Finishing up some storm sewer over off of Harold Road as we speak. We have a back mower for a couple of weeks, so we're running around the township doing back mowing. and do a little bit of work for the state down on Route 97 north of Marsh Road. Talked to PennDOT on that to help us out with traffic control and crash vehicles, and try to open up some of the safe visibilities around. And then over on Harold and New Perry Highway, I spoke to the owner of the property, lives at the northwest corner of Harold and Perry. We're gonna pull that bank back a little bit. Both right-of-ways, Tim, are 80-foot right-of-ways, so they're larger than normal.
Right.
Our work will be within the right-of-way. We won't be on private property. Talked to them, they're fine with it. They'd love to see that intersection get opened up. Very difficult with, you know, in a car, yet alone when you pull up to that intersection with a plow that sticks out in front of you 10 feet. It's very difficult to, you know, see any traffic coming. And then we're gonna do the same thing over on the southeast corner of Harold and Old Perry Highway, pulling that back, that bank back so we can open up some of the safe visibilities. So they've been working on that. Now, like I say, a little bit of a push on getting everything mowed back for a couple of weeks here, so everything's going well though.
All right, thank you. Tony?
One thing we've been talking about for a while now is resurrecting the ball field at Pitney Cannon. The Little League last year had record signups, and there was a need for another field of practice. And we have been talking about it for a couple of years because it kind of got left, you know, to go wayside. So myself and two of the road guys, maybe three of the road guys off and on, have been working on that this week, scraping it down to its original surface, and then getting some pond silt from Dwyer's had pond silt they sold to us for filtered price, which was pretty cheap. And we got that in there today, raked it around, and they were rolling it flat. And, we'll be done shortly. And then I'll have another field to use. And when they rent the place, or even the summer program, we'll have a decent field they can use now. It was pretty much all grown in and unrecognizable much as a field anymore. That's my big deal for the week. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Tony.
Sure.
Public input. Jim?
Maybe you know what was going on, Tony, last week at Picnic Canna. I want to say maybe Tuesday, or right now, it could have been Tuesday, Wednesday night. Must have been another cross-country situation. They had that road parked on both sides all the way up to Steve Skelly's rental house and down the hill on both sides. That's just downright dangerous for a fire truck or anything to get through there. I don't know, and when I came back through, it was all gone, so it probably was only an hour and a half. But it was clogged up. I saw the cars going by my house, never gave it a thought. I'm like, what? I get down and I think what's going on. And I know they used to do that on the weekend years ago, and then they quit, but it was clogged up. So if somebody was renting the park or doing cross-country, I don't know.
It was cross-country, and I didn't know the extent of it until Thursday morning when Rebecca was telling me about it. We had put the kibosh to those huge get-togethers because of the traffic and the parking, and
Probably the skinniest place was that little culvert that goes right by Steve Scully's rental, Captain Malinowski's old house, because you know, they were parked on the road there. I mean, the cars were.
both
A
sides.
fire truck could have probably wiggled through, but it would have been crawling. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad there was no fire, but that they need to be.
That was unexpected.
Closer to Picnic Cannon, of course, they were parking on the.
Sure.
Over the ditch on Hebert's, but right through there, it was bottlenecked pretty tight.
They were on both sides of the road parking.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a grade school. I thought it was
There were lots of little kids, so that's what I thought. It wasn't high school stuff.
I was curious why there were so many. They caught me off guard, I gotta tell you. It wasn't, I mean, I knew they were given permission to do what they did, but I guess, I don't think we knew the extent of it. Now we do. So I was gonna talk to the cross-country people.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew about it. I would have been.
Barely.
I thought of calling you and
But you say they were about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and they were gone?
I think I went down through around 5 to 5:30, and it was an hour and a half when I came back and it was all gone. I think it was Monday, it must have been Monday, because that's when it was. Yes, because I went over to a job.
It was Monday. It should have been from like 4 to 6.
And it was less than 2 hours, because I
Yeah.
ran over to off of Grove Road, that fancy subdivision, and I was with a customer. So it was under 2 hours, but it was just bottleneck.
The last time that happened is when they destroyed the front yard.
Yeah, it was on a weekend or something, I remember that. That was really bad. I mean, they were parked up to almost my house, and they were parked to Town Hall. And I don't think that Hewley's ditch was stormed, the ditch was still in where they were parked in our parking lot, and then they were parked off the road in Hubert. So it was wide once you got down there where the ditch was too, but where they started going down the hill by DiMartino's and, like I said, up by Steve's where the bridge was, if they would probably kept 4 cars back, it wouldn't have been so tight right there where that culvert is,
Yeah, I know that's the only one that will be happening this year, but we probably should talk to them before that happens again, because that was,
Yeah, I don't know if you have temporary parking signs, and then just put them maybe where that culvert is, because that's where it was pretty skinny.
Did you
yeah.
notice if they had the parking lot full or not?
Yeah.
Did they? A lot of people.
The parking lot was filled with cars, so, it was all filled up.
I didn't know that was coming that big. I knew there was a meet, but I thought it was reasonable. Obviously not. Okay, thank you for the
Okay.
heads up. No, thank you, Jim.
Anyone else? All right, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Harvey,
Second,
all in favor?
All right.
aye.
Aye.